Hello Year 2, how are you? And welcome to today's maths lesson. Now our lesson on Friday was our last lesson on division. So before you start this lesson, please could you have a go at the end of unit assessment on division, which is called Year 2 Maths, 1st of February, Resource 1. And when you're finished, come back to the video. Okay, Year 2. So today we're starting our brand new maths unit on statistics. Oh, I wonder what that means. Now we're going to be starting this unit by looking at tally charts. Now I draw a tally when we're in class and we're playing treasure or bin. Can you remember what I do and why I do it? Well, you draw a tally to represent objects, pictures or data. So you might do a questionnaire about people's favourite fruit, and you might ask lots of different people, and then you can represent the answers that you had on a tally chart. Now you represent each answer or each object or each picture with a tally mark or a line. So let me show you what I mean by that. So let's put the camera down onto my whiteboard. There you go, can you see it? Fantastic. So here we go. I have got one orange cube here, and I would like to represent it using a tally. So I'm going to put my finger on the orange cube, and then I'm going to draw one line, one tally mark, and that represents, this one tally mark represents my one cube here. Okay, but what about if I have 3 orange cubes? So let me now get 3 orange cubes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this time, am I only going to draw one tally mark? Oh no, I'm not, am I? Because I've got more than one orange cube. I've got 3 orange cubes. So let me put my finger on the first orange cube so I know which one I'm representing with my tally mark. And then I'm going to draw my tally mark for that orange cube. And then when I'm finished, I'm going to move it out of the way so that to make sure that I do not count it again. Okay, so let's put my finger on the second orange cube. So this is the one I'm representing now with my tally mark. And then I'm going to draw my tally mark and then move the cube out of the way so that I definitely don't count it again. And then I'm going to do the same for this one. Okay, and draw my tally mark and then move it out of the way. Now, do I need to draw any more tally marks? Well, no, I don't. Look, because I've got no more orange cubes in front of me. I've represented all of the orange cubes that I had. I had 3 orange cubes and I've represented them with these tally marks because look, I have 3 tally marks. My first orange cube, my second orange cube, and my third orange cube. Now, what about if I had 5 orange cubes? So let's get 5 orange cubes. 1, 2, oh, move them so you can see them. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I've got my 5 orange cubes. So I'm going to put my finger on the first one. So that's the one that I'm going to represent first with my tally mark. So I'm going to draw one tally mark for that cube and then move it out of the way to make sure I definitely don't count it again. And then I'm going to put my finger on the next orange cube and draw my tally mark for that orange cube and then move it out of the way. And then my next one and draw my tally mark and then move it out of the way. And then my next one, draw my tally mark to represent that orange cube and move it out of the way. Now I have drawn 4 tally marks to represent the 4 orange cubes that I have just put to one side so I don't count them again. But I've got another orange cube. Now, for my 5th orange cube, I don't draw a tally mark like that. Do you know what we do instead? Well, let's rub that tally mark out because that's wrong. And I'll show you what we need to do. So to represent our 5th orange cube, we need to draw a diagonal line that goes through the last 4 tally marks. So that diagonal mark here, this diagonal tally mark that I've drawn through the last 4 tally marks represents my last cube, my 5th cube. Okay, so now I've drawn my diagonal tally mark for my 5th cube. I can move it out of the way. Now, year 2, what I'd like you to do, I sent you on resource 2 some yellow cubes, some orange cubes, and some green cubes. So what I'd like you to do now is cut these out, or if you don't have a printer, don't worry. If you just draw 10 yellow, 10 orange, and 10 green squares, and then cut them out, that will also be brilliant. So could you pause the video now and go and get all of the things you need for the next part of the video? Okay, year 2, so now we're going to draw some tallies together. So I would like you to get 4 of your orange squares. So I will do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So I've got my 4 orange squares or cubes. You should have squares, okay? Now, can we all put our finger on our first orange square or cube? Okay, and now can we all draw our tally mark for this orange cube? Okay, fantastic. And then move it out of the way so that we do not count it again. And then let's put our finger on the next orange square or cube. Draw our tally mark. And then move it out of the way. So we definitely do not count that again because we don't want to represent it twice on our tally. And then let's put our finger on the next one and draw our tally mark for that and move it out of the way. And then on the next one, draw our tally mark and then move the cube out of the way. Now, do we need to draw any more tally marks here for our 4 cubes? Well, no, we don't, do we? Because look, we've got no more cubes left to represent on our tally. We have got 4 tally lines because we were representing 4 orange cubes or squares. So this one represented our first orange square, this one represented our second, our third, and our 4th. Fantastic, well done for drawing that tally with me. Now let's try one more. Wow, this time I would like you to put in front of you 6 orange squares. So count with me while you put your squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so put your finger on the first orange square and then you're going to draw your tally mark to represent this orange square. So there we go. We've drawn our tally mark for that orange square. Now move it to one side. Let's put our finger on the second and draw our tally mark and then move it to one side. Then put our finger on the next orange square and draw our tally mark and move it to one side. So we definitely do not count it again. Then the next one and draw our tally mark and then move that one as well. Now we've got 4 tally marks here. So what are we going to need to do for our next orange square? Are we going to have to draw another line down, another tally mark that goes down? No, we're not, are we? Because remember, to represent the 5th object, we need to draw a diagonal tally mark through the last 4 tally marks. So can everybody do that for me now? Okay, fantastic. So there we go. We've represented the 5th orange square. Now, do we need to do any more tally marks? Well, yes, look here too. We still have 1 orange square left. So what do we need to do? Well, we finished this tally. So we need to start a new tally. So I'm going to draw, and can you draw with me? 1 more tally mark over here. So there we go. We have drawn our tally. Oh, and move that one out the way. We have drawn our tally for those 6 cubes, 6 orange cubes that we had. Because look, here, this part represents 5 orange cubes. And then we've got 1 more tally mark. So that is 5. And then add 1 more, which is 6. We have got 6 tally marks in total because we had 6 orange cubes. So now we are going to look at tally marks. Well done for drawing those different tallies with me. So we're going to look at tally charts now, sorry. So I've got here some yellow cubes. I have got some green cubes. And I've also got some orange cubes. So let me put all of the orange cubes so you can see them. Okay, now we are going to get the tally chart that I made earlier. Okay. Oh, slightly bigger than the other whiteboard. Let's see if we can fit it in. Ah, perfect. Okay, now let's move these. Let's move it back a little bit and then we can put the orange ones there and the yellow ones there. And then the green ones are over here. Okay, so this is a tally chart to show people's favourite fruits. So people can either have orange as their favourite fruits, banana, or pear. So I have got the green cubes to represent the pears, the people that chose pears. I've got orange cubes to represent the people that chose orange. And I've got yellow cubes to represent the people that chose bananas. So let's start with the orange cubes and draw my tally chart to represent these different fruits. So I'm going to put my finger on the first orange cube, okay? And then in the part of the tally chart that says orange, can you see that it says orange here? Well, I'm going to draw my tally in this part because it says tally here and it says orange here. So I draw my tally for the orange here. So I've got my finger on the first orange and then I draw my tally mark. And then I move it right out of the way so that I don't count it again. On the second one, and I draw my tally and then move it out of the way. The third, I draw my tally and I move it out of the way. The next one, I draw my tally and move it out of the way. Now this is my 5th person who said orange. So therefore, to represent the 5th orange, I need to draw a diagonal line through the last 4 tally marks. And then I can move that 5th orange out of the way. But I need to keep going, but I've completed that tally, so I need to start a new one. So here's my next one, and I am going to draw my next tally mark and move it out of the way. And then here is my last orange, so put my finger on that one, draw my tally mark, and then move it out of the way again. Now I've got no more oranges left, so now I can move on to the bananas. So let me move my bananas across. Okay, so let's start drawing the tally for the bananas. So I'll put my finger on the first cube and draw my tally mark and move it out of the way. Put my finger on the second orange cube, draw my tally mark and move it out of the way. Put my finger on the next yellow cube, draw my tally mark and move it out of the way. And my next one, draw my tally mark and move it out of the way. My next one, oh, this is my 5th one, so I'm going to have to draw a tally mark through it and move it out of the way. And then I've got my last one here, so I draw my tally mark and then move it out of the way. Okay, so now I'm left with my pears, the people that said pears were their favourite fruit. So let's draw these. I've got my first one and I draw my tally mark and move it out of the way. My second one, draw my tally mark and move it out of the way. My next one, draw my tally mark, move it out of the way. And my last one, draw my tally mark and move it out of the way.